So, well, there's a few more questions in there, but when you did parking enforcement, what is that even?
And that will till the day I die be my favorite job.
Cool.
So because it was so much fun.
Yeah.
What made part of it so much fun and so interesting was I worked out of the clerk's office. The clerk is the department that operates elections, right? It
Okay.
deals and is actually the record keeper for the community. So
Right.
a clerk's office in a township, village, or a city is the record keeper. Okay.
Okay.
And they also administer they administer the elections, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they, for some reason, the parking enforcement was partially out of there, but it was also
Mm-hmm.
partially out of the police department too.
Yeah, of course. Right.
And so, yep. So I made phenomenal relationships and friendships with police officers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like their little sister. Like, and I'm telling you right now, that whole attitude of I wish you would
Mm-hmm.
probably only got worse working with PD. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Probably
No, I
got
got him.
worse.
I got the
Absolutely.
blue in my back too.
Like I'm watching them and they're acting like
Yeah.
I wish you would. I'm like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm right with you on that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
um, but so it was about there's parking laws, right? In every city, community, I should say. So for Saginaw Township, there's handicap parking, fire lane parking, no parking. There, I'm gonna be honest with you, Saginaw Township is probably one of the strictest communities when it comes to a lot of things, like
Really?
code enforcement, parking
Mm.
enforcement, code enforcement, very strict.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it was fun. I mean, I drove around all day, basically. Um, I wrote tickets, is what it was. I would write
So
tickets.
the police doesn't do that a lot of times. It's actually the
No,
park enforcement. Okay, I
yep.
get it. Yeah, now
It's
I
a,
can see it. Yeah.
yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or I gave warnings or what have you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did that for 2.5 years
Mm-hmm.
before I was asked to come work in the clerk's office full time. And so I went there and I fell in love with the election system.
Mm-hmm.
I love elections. I love the
Mm-hmm.
system. I love what it represents, what it's supposed to represent. Um, I just love the hustle.
When I
I
hear
will say it
elections, I
like it
can't
is.
help but think of Trump all the time, like fake elections, and like this
Real
word has
talk.
been stigmatized so much. Like Trump is hilarious,
He's
like
ruining
fake
it for me.
elections, a rigged
He's
system.
he's ruining it for me. I'm telling you, he's ruining it for me. Um, but I loved even the hustle and bustle. Like I couldn't believe what went into elections. I'm like,
Yeah.
stop, seriously? And that's why when he was talking about this, I'm going, where does he vote?
But
Because
on being real though, it's sad. Like that one woman, I don't remember what county it was out of. They started sending her death threats and stuff like this. This old black grandma, and like you have an intimate understanding behind the scenes of how hard these people work, and I think that's just so unfair.
absolutely.
It's so
You,
unfair.
let me tell you, Daryl, on Facebook, I am part of the Michigan Municipal Clerks Association,
Mm-hmm.
MMAC,
Mm-hmm.
or Michigan Municipal Association of Clerks, MMAC.
Okay.
When this was going on, my heart broke. I was watching them post about people jumping counters, trying to get to them, people attacking their poll workers. They were fearful, but these people dedicated. You don't do this job unless
You don't.
you have a
Yeah.
passion for it.
Exactly.
Yep, you do not do this job unless you have, and they have a passion for it. And they, not only that, they were posting about being bullied by their city commissioners, their city council members, their township board
It's
members,
crazy.
and they were not backing down. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
take me to jail, fire me. I will stand by this election law. I will not, I will not bow down to you and bend these rules. And I couldn't have been more proud of them
Yeah,
reading all
but
this.
that's crazy times. There's this. be doing something like for the government, for the people, and you're like
Yes,
being threatened just for holding this position, you know. In a way,
absolutely.
like you could see it in other government positions, like being a police officer. It's like, hey, I'm not like racist and you guys hate me now, you know, like it does happen in other parts, or being
Absolutely.
president, you know, like it does happen, this stigmatization of these positions in government. But it's like, it was so sad. It's like, this is an old little grandma. Like,
I know.
I think she was like 70
I'm
something years old, you know, like,
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, these people, and it's true. And I just said this. Like I said, I have worked closely with the Saginaw Township Police Department for, well, 25 years now, because I still work with them, even though I'm
mhm,
not there. I have very good friends there. And, we all see the news. We all see the news. We all see what's going on. And absolutely, there are people that take that badge and the power that comes with it. And the the power makes that bad side, right? It's like Venom in Spider-Man.
mhm.
The badge is Venom for them.
It's a
And
great analogy. Yeah.
oh,
Mhm.
it is. You take that badge away, I bet you any money they are completely different.
Exactly.
And it's sad. It's very sad. And I was just talking about this Tyree Nichols, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
Um, it's very hard for me to follow those stories. It's just I will cry if I read these stories. Um, and I even said, so where I work right now, I work with three people who are code enforcement officers who are retired cops.
Mm,
And I said to them, I said, while I'll never back down from saying that a lot of these police officer related deaths are racist laced, um, I also do believe that that badge has a lot to do with it.
yeah.
Um,
More, maybe more than anything.
more
Because if
than
you look at
anything.
it deeper, you'll see that it's not always racism.
Right,
But
absolutely.
there's one
And
common denominator, is the police that are doing it, right? And
absolutely,
I'm on the
absolutely.
police side too, though, because I do know that it's a hard responsibility to carry. And then you understand, back to seventh grade, there's a lot of this clickiness, this tribalism. Things become
Absolutely.
normalized, and suddenly you get wrapped into this world. You didn't go in there thinking like, I'm gonna hunt brown people or be a
Right,
bully, but suddenly you get
right.
wrapped into this world, like Training Day, you know. Like Training Day is a
Exactly.
great example. You know, like, we do drugs
Yep.
on the job. Like, what do you mean? Like, I didn't plan to do this.
Ethan Hawke's like, what?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So
That's
like,
not
I
what
do
I signed up
sympathize with
for.
them. Yeah, I
Yes.
sympathize with
And
them
I
too. Go ahead.
absolutely. And I see the humanizing. I worked with people who they have humanity in their hearts.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal police officers. Um, I think I am incredibly blessed to be in a community that's not at this time facing this kind of stuff.
Hmm.
I I can't imagine, because it would hurt. It would hurt my heart. It would hurt my community if something like that came about here.
Hmm.
Um, it's just sad. It's sad. And you know,
Real on the